This is Kevin Min with Outside the Games. I'm here with Coach Derek Sparks. Of course, he is we put this event on with Cleats versus Cancer. Again, hashtag claim it. This has been a big day for this organization when you look at Cleats versus Cancer. Coach Sparks, talk to me about, you had two sessions today. What were these sessions and what was the difference about each session that you could say today that was very positive?
I think what was different, I think typically guys go to camp and these different showcases, they get to go and take their picture, get a t-shirt. Man, we got after it out here, man. We had a county fair, had about 10 stations going, had college coaches out here rocking and rolling, actually coaching the stations, teaching, encouraging guys when they started to go into a slump. And let's face it, guys have been sitting on the couch for 4 months. So this was an opportunity to get them off the couch, come hear something positive from college coaches about the state of football, and that it's going to be okay, and to instill some hope that we'll be back. We'll be back. And so I think, man, we're proud of the effort that we saw, and a lot of guys, there's a lot of work to be done. A lot of guys are out of shape. I think, they kind of exposed themselves, but hey, that's what they needed. They needed to come out, test the old Ferrari a little bit, take it on a test drive, and hey, man, we need to go and change the oil. We got some maintenance to do, right? So hopefully they can take the energy back to their high school, back to their community, and say, hey, guys, I witnessed something this weekend at Cleats versus Cancer, and we got to raise our level of play and our preparation, even though we're dealing with COVID. And I think the guys did a great, phenomenal job wearing their mask, following the protocol, social distancing. It's hard to do in the game of football. But I tell you, the effort sure was there. I can't thank Coach Fisk enough from Central Washington University. Go Wildcats. Also, our head coach, Brant McAdams, talked to our players and delivering something motivational that they needed to hear. Also, Brandon Huffman came out and talked a little bit about, his fight with cancer and losing his daughter and kind of how that all summed everything up. Because really, it's about the game, but also it's about the fact that we get to come out and represent people who's fighting for cancer, people who lost their life to cancer, people that we currently know that's in our family that's fighting. I.e. my daughter, Zaylee, she got 3 more months of chemo, and we're hopeful that she'll be done with it. But it's been a long road. But anytime you get to come out here and air it out and kind of let some of that anxiety go, man, what an awesome thing, right? And so, man, we're just thankful for the community, the parents, the folks who came out, the media, yourself, came out and covered this and talking to kids, interviewing kids. It's all positive. And in this day and age, when there's so much negativity and unrest in America, the game of football is what brings us together. That's a beautiful thing.
Well, tell me about, you give a thanks to obviously this complex today that was able to do that for you and kind of have this open for you to be able to do that under COVID.
Under COVID. Yeah, I mean, just working with Sean, at the RAC Regional Athletic Complex, it's not an easy task to put this on when you got a couple hundred players. This morning we had 100. This afternoon we had 100. And, that's a big ask for a facility to be able to host that many kids. But Michael Bumpus did such a great job of keeping 50 on one field and then rotating. Man, what an awesome job, man. And so I just was able to sit back and watch and evaluate and do a little coaching myself, which typically I'm like running around organizing and stuff like that. So it was refreshing for me to actually get out there and mix it up and put my coaching hat on. So I'm very proud of the effort. I'm proud of the volunteers. Angie Alf, who headed up our registration, did a phenomenal job. You got that many guys who are registering and keeping it all straight.
And does this build Cleats for Cancer? This kind of, it was a mini evaluation type camp. Does this build this and have it grow to a point of where, hey, we're doing this more often? And again, we look forward to the Cleats versus Cancer showcase that you have every year. But again, under COVID, this was promising.
It adds another level to what we're doing. Who would have known we'd be in this position where a mini camp was warranted? We thought we was going to be playing football. And so just so happened we're not. And so I put my thinking cap on. I started listening to players in the recruiting process. They were depressed about, hey, what's to come, not sure about what's going to happen. So I said, you know what, let's get a bunch of guys together and let's talk about the game and let's bring them together. Let's run around on the football field, break a sweat, but also get some teaching from some of the best coaches, i.e. college and high school. And I think that's the key. Thurston County stepped up, Yelm High School, Timberland, Ole, I mean, the list goes on. They were coached. We want in. And you saw those high school guys out here, and they were running around, and they were rocking and rolling, and they were happy to be back on the football field. And that's what's awesome about the game, man. It's contagious.
You know, and you find it that players and coaches miss the game. So they miss coaching the game, instructing these kids and these young men on how to be better people, character, but also too better athletes. And again, we saw a lot on display about the attitude in which a lot of these players showed a lot to the coaches in their teaching.
Absolutely. And I think our speakers, man, touched on that about character, about using this period in time in our country where, you know, yeah, we get to play a game, but it also can be taken away, you know, and our responsibility to the game, you know, and I think that message stuck today. I think it resonated. I think, again, they'll go back and say, wow, man, what a great experience. It's something that we didn't expect. You know, we got after it, man. I'm sure they were like, man, they were not thinking they were going to come out here and do 10 stations of get after it, running through cones, running through bags, changing direction drills right off the bat. I think that it's something that we was able to emulate from, you know, the NFL, the college ranks. You know, that's how we play football, you know. And so, again, no knock on any other showcases out there. You know, we just go about ours a little bit different. And I think guys walk away from it saying, you know what, I got some work to do. I was kind of gassed a little bit on that third station today. And then I kind of found my groove. And then the expectations high. I mean, our coaches was out here, and I'm telling you, they're getting after it. They're holding them accountable. Nope, go do it again. Do it again until you get it right. And so I think that was awesome.
And then you add the human element, obviously, of cancer and what this is really about. And because you hear stories, and even probably today there were stories being told from families and different student athletes as far as what their experience with cancer. Maybe you heard from one of the players about that situation.
Absolutely. I think just me reading the questionnaires that come in, and our biggest question on there is who do you know fighting cancer? And I think we learn so much about each student athlete. And it's like, wow, man, you're just blown away about their struggle and their fight. And for me, who's in my own fight with my family, it just sends a message that we are so tied together as a people dealing with these same issues. And if we can continue to come together and support one another, we can continue to love on one another. All just some of the smallest gestures, man, they go a long way. They go a long way, especially when you land in a hospital bed and you're hooked up to a bag of chemo going through your body and you feel hopeless. And there's nothing you can do but just sit there and go through it. You know, a letter or a tweet or a message on your cell phone, you know, goes a long way. So I definitely am thankful that we've had the football community rally around us, and then in return, we're rallying around the community because we're doing events like this.
What a great day. What a successful day. Coach Derek Sparks, we appreciate you being on Outside the Games. We appreciate your you know, opening this up, looking at things, having it dissected, sanitation stations, masks, social distancing, all the necessary things that make this to run correctly. So we appreciate you very much, and thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I can't switch on the fam. It's hot, hit the switch on the fan.